What's good? We are live. Let me make sure everything is okay. Thank you for joining me here. I'm going to get straight into it. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Malcolm, and today we're going to talk about the number one skill that can make or break your online business. Now, a lot of people, when they start these online businesses, when they start these things, they are focused on all of the wrong things. They are, trying to get a perfect website. They're trying to get a perfect product. They're trying to get the branding and stuff right, the colors, and they get color theory and try to make sure what color gets the most attention from people. But the skill that they ignore the most is the skill that if you have it, you will at least keep giving yourself a fighting chance to at least stay afloat, make money and stay afloat in your business. This skill, and I'm talking about building an audience and being able to cultivate a strong audience. This skill has allowed me and my family business, like I want to say, a few extra years in business because we were able to cultivate our audience and always put ourselves and our products in front of them, and they were able to buy it. A lot of times people, they start these businesses and they are thinking about everything else, and the one thing that they never think about is who they're going to sell to. They think they're going to sell to their friends and family. And I understand we want support from our friends and family. I understand that that's what we think. We always see these posts on social media like, we don't support our own, and I totally understand that. But if you are relying on your friends and family to keep your business afloat, you are destined to fail. Destined. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat that or talk around that. That is a fact. Okay. So if you are able to build an audience, I mean people who genuinely rock with you, who genuinely bought into your brand and your messaging and what you can do for them, right? The problems that you can solve for them, then you won't have a problem with making money. As I said, being able to have an audience and for our business has saved us countless times because we were able to send a quick email blast or quick text blast or go live on YouTube or go live on Instagram or post something on Instagram to our people directly about a sale we're running. Right now, the business, we're doing a Black History Month sale, and we sent out 2 quick emails yesterday and got 50 sales, right? So that's that's a skill that people miss so much, right? So in this video, I'm definitely going to be talking about building an audience, how you can build an audience, and why you should. I hopefully I'm not belaying that point. Why you really should build an audience and why you should focus on that. Okay, and in this video, I'm also going to talk about my new beta program that I will be running at the end of this month. I'm going to be coaching a select few of people, not a lot, a small group of people, and I'm going to be taking them through 8 weeks of how to actually take their business from idea to an actual product or actual profitable business in 8 weeks. And I'm going to be talking about that. The links are in the description below if you need any more information on those things. Okay. So as I said, so let's get into this first thing. Okay. So the reason why people fail, right? This is the reason why a lot of people fail at their business is because they spend a long time creating a product that nobody wants. I've done that and it is painful. Like it hurts the ego. It hurts to like really spend blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of money and resources on something that when you finally put it out, nobody wants. I've done that with digital products and we've done that with physical products as well. So initially I remember the first like online course that I created, I had this idea of what I thought people wanted from us, from our brand, and what people wanted from us. And we spent a long time. I spent a very long time obsessing and thinking about ways to make it perfect and things like that. And then when we launched it, nothing. Like it hurt. Like it hurt my pride. It hurt like my ego. It hurt everything. But that's because I didn't take the time to understand what my audience wanted from me. So we had an audience that was following us for one thing, but I was trying to make them want something else. That's not how you create a product, right? So that's something, right? Then when you launch to nobody, then you realize like just kind of how much time you wasted and things like that. But when you understand that money follows your audience, then you'll really start to obsess over what they want and what and how you can kind of cultivate their needs into a product that can actually serve them. Okay. So there's I always talk about this, right? So there's this writer, his name is Kevin Kelly, and he always wrote about this concept called the 1000 true fans. Now, he said that any artist, now I'm going to talk about artists and entrepreneurs and businesses in kind of like the same vein here. But any artist, if you have an audience of 1,000 true fans, then you won't be broke. So that's 1,000 true fans. That's a fan who would read, buy, purchase, listen to whatever it is that you put out because they're so invested in you. So if you think about it, and I don't know if you hear like my son crying in the background, but if you think about it, if 100 people spend, I mean, if 1,000 people spend $100 with you over the course of a year, that's $100,000, right? So now once you are able to multiply your audience size, the numbers get bigger and get wild. But having an audience gives you that extra at bat. It gives you a lot of extra swings. So when you do inevitably mess up, because we're not perfect, so you might put out a product that is a dud, you still have that audience there, so you can kind of rebound and kind of recover. So I give you an example. We me and my dad, my stepmom, we put out these hoodies that everybody loved, right? And we tested it. We didn't just put it out, we tested it, okay? So we tested these hoodies and people loved them, so we got more made and we sold out. That was like one of like our biggest sales like ever. Like we made a lot of money with those hoodies, right? Then we got cocky. We thought we knew our audience better than, anybody. So we said, okay, these next designs they're gonna love. They love these. They're gonna love these next designs, and they didn't. And it was like a bomb. Like it, we might still have some of those designs like laying around, but it was a bomb. It didn't work. Okay, but we were able to, because we had our audience, we had our core audience. We were able to recover, put something else out that they liked, and we were able to kind of salvage that bomb that we did. So having an audience gives you just kind of the second and third chances. Now, I ran a quick poll on Instagram and one on YouTube here, and I asked people what they thought the biggest skill, the number one skill in online business is, and I gave a couple choices, right? So I said marketing is a choice, product development, sales, and other. Now, overwhelmingly, people pick marketing, and that's because obviously if you're able to get your product in front of people, in front of a lot of people, then the chances of them buying your product grows. So that's how a lot of people just kind of think of marketing. However, if you are just only solely thinking about marketing, right, and you're not able to cultivate an audience that likes what you put out, then you might sell out one product a lot. You might do very well. But once that product kind of dies down, whatever that is, whatever that may be, it could be a shirt design, it could be a book, it could be a plan. If something inevitably just kind of tapers off, and you don't have an actual audience that is invested in you, then you're going to see that those people are not really an audience. They're buyers, right? But they're not an audience that actually comes back and does business with you, all right? You want people's business. You don't just want their money. So you want them coming back, and you want them actually invested in what you have to offer. Okay? So and here's the thing, within like an actual like dedicated audience, you could be average at marketing. You could be average at sales. Like I'm not the best salesman. You know what I'm saying? You can be average at product development. Your product could be okay. But if you have an audience, if you have a lot of people that rock with you, you'll be okay. You could have a lot of money that you are able to dedicate towards marketing, right? There's a lot of people who they get a fresh credit card, they run it up on Facebook ads or Google ads. They get a lot of people to swarm in and buy something. But if the product is bad, then you don't have an audience to kind of like, lean back and to try to get that second at bat with, right? They're done with you. Once you screw them over, that's how a lot of scammers come to be, because they spend a lot of money on advertising, on marketing and things like that. And they just take people's money. They don't think about what their audience actually wants from them. And that's all they care about. They just only care about taking their money. So you can be average at sales. Like if you have somebody who just kind of rocks with you, and somebody who's invested in what you and invested in your messaging and invested in your cause, whatever that may be, then that does the selling for you. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not having to do like the, you know the game, guys. If you've ever, got a used car or something, or you ever been to something like that. So you want to be able to cultivate an audience, and that's why I feel that it is the number one skill that you can have. Okay, so let's continue. And thank you for everybody who's in the chat right now. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. All right. So, all right, I just by now you should, be convinced as to why you need to build an audience and why it's important. But you might be thinking, okay, I understand that, Malcolm, but now how do I do that? Okay. So, how do you do that? First off, you have to think about who it is that you're serving. Who is your ideal customer, your ideal person that you would like to serve as a business owner, right? There's people who build these businesses and they don't like the people that that buy from them, right? And it makes it hard to actually like your business. It makes it hard to actually persevere when something gets tough, because if you don't like your customers, you don't like your audience, then what's the point? Okay, so think about who it is that you're serving. Nobody follows just random content. You need to have a clear and a message that attracts the right people to you, and whoever that may be to you. Okay, so I for when we first started our podcast, me and my dad, we didn't just want people who we didn't just want people, I'm trying to say this nicely. We didn't just want people who believed everything that they hear, even from us. We wanted people to be able to think critically if you watched us. That was like our main like avatar. We wanted people to be able to have an open mind, see perspective, because me and my pops, like we have different ideas on certain things. So we wanted people to be able to have a certain perspective, be able to kind of see different things. So that's who we kind of wanted to serve. Now, we did our podcast live, so there were a lot of times where we were talking about certain really touchy topics, and the energy in our chat was just all off. But you could tell that these weren't people who were our ideal audience, and that's okay. You're not gonna attract the right people all the time, because we're on public platforms, so that's okay. But when you have a clear vision of who you're talking to when you're creating your content, then it is easier. Okay. Then what you need to do, right, as you figuring out who your audience is, who your avatar is, then what you need to do, you have to think about what problems they have, right? What problems they have that your knowledge, insight, product, whatever it is, service can solve for them. Okay. Then once you kind of, and I would say like try to like write a list of 20 different things down that you can kind of, that they would have a problem with. Say you have an extermination service, right? And you want somebody, and you want to help people, with their in their houses and stuff like that. What problems would they have? Like list of 20 different things of what problems they may have in their house when it comes to rodents and insects, whatever it is that they may be. Okay. Now you can pick different types of content. You can pick long form content depending upon what the niche is. You can pick short form content, really quick bites of information that can help them solve an immediate problem, give some kind of value that they can kind of take and apply and go then, because people like to get helped, right? So if you are able to help them, then they're kind of more susceptible to kind of follow you because you've helped them solve a problem. So those are one things. And then you can also write. If you're a better writer, then you can blog and things like that. You can email, create newsletters. So pick a specific a type of content that you can stick with, and just do that, right? If you like YouTube, stick to YouTube. If you like Instagram Reels, stick to Instagram Reels. But always, and this is just something else, always be able to own your audience. So I don't own YouTube. I don't own Instagram. I don't own TikTok. I don't own Facebook, but I do own my email list. So on my website. So if you have a website, if you have something, a landing page that you can collect somebody's information, always try to do that and always try to lead people that way. Okay. Now, and it's once you're able to kind of be able to cultivate that audience and speak to them on a consistent basis. That means constantly posting. That means constantly actually emailing your list. That means constantly staying engaged with them, but not just when you want to sell something to them. Then you'll start to see a more engaged audience that will purchase from you and will refer business to you more and more that way. Okay. So, I think I feel like I'm skipping, right? So pick a niche, pick a type of content, and then you want to make sure you are engaged constantly, right? Stay consistent with them. I talk to people all the time who have email lists. They might not even realize it. They have emails collected because people have purchased from them. And I go, okay, when's the last time you spoke to them? And they go, well, I do email, when I'm running a sale. Okay, when's the last time you spoke to them when you were not running a sale? And then they look at me blank, and I'm like, okay, so there's a lot of things, a lot of different pieces of value you can provide to them for free, just on a humbug. Hey, I had this insight. Hey, this can help you out. And a quick tip: when you are talking, like especially emails, when you are emailing people, make sure you are. It feels like you're emailing one person, not hey y'all, because then it's gonna feel like impersonal. So when you are trying to, email your list, make sure that is something you don't want to, make it too generic. Okay. Thank you for the chat. Thank you guys. What up, everybody? Another thing, when it comes to building an audience, hold on, I'm sorry. My thing is messed up. Sorry, guys. Okay, so another thing when it comes to building an audience, this is a quick tip. When you're creating content, always figure out a way to call out to them specifically. So, if you are talking to mothers, right? You're talking to mothers who are, new mothers, right? Like, make sure if you're creating content, make sure you make that kind of call out in your videos and things like that. Or make sure if you are, if you have your avatar, if you have your niche audience or your niche industry that you're talking to, you should know the industry language and how to not industry, I would say, because like new mothers is not an industry, but you should understand the language. So when somebody is talking, like I'm talking about online business, and I can say something like um paid advertising, lead magnet, stuff like that. If somebody who understands online marketing kind of picks up on those things, and their ears will perk up because they kind of know I'm talking specifically to them, right? If I'm talking to parents of kids who are on the spectrum, like there are certain things that I can say to them to understand, for them to understand that I'm talking directly to them. If I'm talking to somebody who deals with depression, like there's certain words and terms that I can use. So always try to figure out what those words and terms are, so when you are creating content, people know you are talking directly to them. And that is another way to build an audience. Another way is to be personable. You don't have to be buttoned up. This is again another reason why I'm going live instead of pre-recording, is because pre-recording, I don't feel natural like that, because it feels like nobody's there. Like it just feels like I'm just talking into, a black hole, like this camera lens. Like, and it is weird for me. I overthink, and then I act other than myself. So live is a very comfortable feeling for me. It's very easy for me to go live, talk my talk, to talk to the people, and to just kind of get my ideas out there. So figure out what way you are most comfortable. If you are most comfortable writing, write. If you are most comfortable doing quick short videos, do that. If you're most comfortable giving quick tips while you're in your car, do that. Like, how many people, Keith Lee was in his car just giving food reviews, because that's how he did it. Like, he didn't set up a whole camera, ring light. He had his laptop. He didn't do any of that. He just set up his camera and he just talked into his camera. So figure out what way it is that you are most comfortable, and then you can start to be more natural. People kind of feel like that authenticness on the other side of the screen if you are just kind of comfortable, and you're not forcing it, you're not putting on the voice, you're not doing any of that stuff. So that's another thing. All right. Also, again, I meant to talk about the beta group that I am running in the next 2 weeks. I want to say like 10 days. I'm going to be running a completely private group for 8 weeks, live coaching people on how to build a business, an online business, from start to finish. I have experience with digital products, physical products, podcasting, YouTube, all that good stuff. And I'm going to be teaching it all from start to finish for 8 weeks live, and only a small group of people. So if you have, if you want to do that if you want to do that in the next 8 weeks, actually create something that makes money, the link is in the description below. It's heavily discounted. It's not what I usually charge for my coaching, but I wanted to basically create something where people, especially at the beginning of the year, can get a really solid quick win. For people, it's already February, and a lot of people have had their goals to start a business, things like that, and it's already February. What happened? Right? So I want to help people. So if you are interested, if you're interested, just let me know. Hit the description below, or DM me on Instagram, Twitter, and things like that, and we can talk about how to move forward. All right. So that is it for this one. If you have any questions, let me know, man. Let me know. Hold on. Somebody say, Stoke, when I just got the delivered notification today. Shouts out. Hey, man. Who else we got? Urban X. Yes. Authenticity is key. If they feel like you are fronting and faking, then you won't get any action. Okay. Jennifer Bliss, that's what's up. How do we sign up? The link is in the description below. It's for the beta group. I'm actually going to put the link in the chat for you guys right now. I'm going to pin it. All right. What if we have a business that's been dormant? Then let's wake it up. If you have a business that's been dormant, let's wake it. Because that's a lot of people's stories as well. Like, they've created something. They have all the well-intentioned. They had all the idea, the motivation in the world, but they just didn't know where to go with it. They didn't know how to grow it past, like I said, past friends and family. And, we've built our business. It took us 8 years, but we've really seen it all. We've seen it all, the ups and downs, but we've seen it all, and I can really help you along the way on that journey. And the reason why I want to do it as a group as well, so everybody can kind of learn from each other as well, to give insights, because I'm not all knowing, but in a group setting, I think a lot, you grow faster that way. That's why kids learn more in the school setting as well. Okay. Yes. So I'm gonna put this out in the ebook, but we have these terms that my pops and I created, and it's like startrepreneur, right? These are people who start businesses. They have all the motivation to start that thing, but a lot of times they can't see it through. And some of it is through lack of motivation, lack of discipline. Some of it is through just a lack of knowledge and a skill set, right? So the reason why I'm creating this, like, program again is to kind of help people through those challenges, to help people kind of see where they lack in the skill set. It might be a discipline thing, it might be a knowledge thing, and then I want other people to be in the group as well, so they can kind of feed off of each other to see that nobody, just creates a product, nobody just creates a business out of thin air and it's just super successful. When we started our podcast, we didn't know how we were going to make money at all, but we just kind of threw things at the wall. We started apps, we started Roku channels, and we were just working things out. We were working things out, figuring it out as we go. And then that's how we learned, and that's how we got better. What else we got, guys? If that is it, oh, hold on. What's the question? Jackie Washington said, "What do you think about a niche like healthcare instead of a particular group of people?" So, healthcare in what sense? Like, I'm not knowledgeable about healthcare, but what sense do you mean in healthcare? Um, oh, oh, just had a visit from my baby. But just kind of like, what do you mean about healthcare specifically? Like, is there a different type of healthcare? Because there's different niches and there's sub niches that are connected and things like that. So there's online business, then there's like family business, right? So I can be teaching online business specifically to families. So you have to think about who you want to talk to, who you want to help, and what skills you personally have that you can kind of work with for your unique knowledge and skill set. Let me know, Jackie. Let me see. People that work in healthcare that want to be coaches. What kind of coaches, right? Like what specifically what problems specifically are they solving? Are you helping people to become coaches? Like, what you get what I'm saying? But there's always a niche for that. Like, once you kind of figure out who it is that you want to serve and what problems they have, you're golden. You're golden. Like, then you're able to talk specifically to them. You're able to create content specifically for them. Then you're able to create marketing and ads specifically for them, and then you're able to charge at a higher clip because the problem that you're solving is highly specific. I've seen somebody sell a like $10,000 coaching program for other people who wanted to start trampoline parks. That is like the most specific of a niche I've ever heard of in my life. But the woman made $1 million in a year because there were so many people willing for that specific problem, right? So if I'm trying to give you another example. If you had if you had a toddler that was not sleeping, right, who had a problem with co-sleeping, okay, I'm talking to myself, right? You have a problem toddler who always wants to co-sleep, right? And then I see an ad and it says, "Hey, do you have a toddler who only wants to co-sleep, who doesn't want to sleep in his own bed?" My ears perked up because that's a specific problem for me. You get what I'm saying? And there's other people who have that problem. So then they're able to, if there's a coach for that, y'all let me know. Let me know if you are a coach for that. Let me know, right? Like, there's always something specific, and the more specific of a problem you can solve, the more money you can charge as well. Jennifer Bliss, I had successfully for 18 years, and I became a full-time caregiver. Now I want to jump back in. However, the digital space has changed significantly. Do you think I could still benefit? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, like physical product, digital product, if you have a service that you want to be able to kind of market better so you can get more business that way, let me know. All right? We can work it out. Jackie, got it. Thank you. I'm glad I could help. All right. So, guys, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. to tell a friend. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. I'm really, really enjoying these. I might do them a little earlier next time because I'm a little tired. But thank you for joining me here, and I will see you on the next one. All right, peace.